everybody. Welcome to today's edition of the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Sean Woodland with Tommy Marquez and Pat Sherwood. We are continuing to break down all of the Masters divisions as we get closer to the online qualifier. And today we take a look at the 45 to 49-year-old division for the men. This is one where we saw a great battle last year at the Games. The champ from last year is gone, and that could open the door for a very familiar name.
Yeah, and I know we're going to dive into that in a second, but Matt Swift, he crushed it last year. Who wouldn't want to see him do that again? But I understand why he's not doing it.
I mean, it's a bummer. This was, without a doubt, the most exciting finish of any Masters division in the finale last year. It's just a bummer we won't get to see that battle again.
Yeah, last year it was Matt Swift who went up against Bill Grundler in the final event. The two of them came in tied at the top of the leaderboard in points. It was Matt Swift who got the best of Bill and Amanda. Swift finishes first in that event. Grundler finishes second, so it's Matt Swift by 6 points. Grundler finishes second, and Ron Matthews joins the two of them on the podium. So Matt Swift isn't back this year, but we will see him again.
Old Swifty, the owner of CrossFit Brisbane, the guy's a beast. He's taking a year off to focus on his family and help coach Brandon Swan, who's a multiple-year individual competitor, back to the game. So you can't fault him for that. But here is why you would want to see the defending champ compete. His numbers are insane. He's 46 years old, 228 Fran, 319 clean and jerk, a 418 squat. You're like, all right, well, this guy just likes the barbell. Negative. Posted 5K time of 19 minutes and 30 seconds. He can fly, he can do it all, but unfortunately, we're going to have to wait.
So with Matt Swift out, now once again, Bill Grundler has got to be the favorite, doesn't he?
Yeah, Sean, and I would even go so far as to say if Swift was competing, I'd still consider Bill Grundler the favorite. Even though Swifty won at the Games, hats off to him, he earned it, he deserved it. But just Bill's body of work in regards to all competitions is just so impressive to me. He's won the Open 3 times in the Masters division. He's competed at regionals as an individual in a tough SoCal region and been competitive. Come close a few times to qualifying for the Games. And if you look back to last year when Swifty did beat him in that finale, going head-to-head, I mean, he lost by 5 points. And that workout, Amanda, funny enough, going to the last event, Swift was like, hey, I hope it's Amanda. That's my favorite workout. Well,
it went well for him.
It turned out well for him. So,
well, Bill Grundler is on top of the Open leaderboard, but there is another. James Grundler, his younger brother, is right behind him. Bill had 9 points. James had 20, and then Steve Johnson is there with 32 points. Bill never finished lower than second in an open workout. James actually beat him in 16.2, and we spoke with James, and he said that he would love to stand on the podium with his brother at the Games.
It would really be a dream come true, kind of the icing on the cake. I mean, I started this CrossFit journey a few years ago, and before that, I was a touring musician, and my lifestyle was a lot different. I'm sure you can understand. And, you know, we kind of like, we were always super tight. I mean, we shared the same bedroom, you know, when we were little kids growing up, we shared the same clothes. I mean, people thought we were twins and all this kind of stuff. And then we kind of drifted apart and stuff. And I got into the CrossFit sport because A, I'm an athlete and I love sports, but B, it was really to kind of bring that connection back again with Bill and open up that communication again and you know, bring back my brother and I think it'd just be, you know, just topping it all off, but to be on the podium with him, I think it'd be fantastic.
James Grundler has not been doing CrossFit for very long at all. How did this guy get so good so fast?
Well, he's got a great litmus test in his older brother. I'm going to give you credit real quick. That was a great Star Wars quote.
Oh, thank you.
You dropped just a second ago. But having someone like Bill Grundler as your older brother, as someone to kind of pull you along in training, is just a great resource. James hasn't been at it very long. Clearly, he's got a great foundation with the genetics that him and Bill both have put on display. But you also look at his athletic background. James was a nationally ranked wrestler, a state champion. Those wrestlers, they have a different mentality. They know how to go into that dark place in terms of training, in terms of performance. And you know what? He's got 4 top 5 finishes in the Open so far. Last year, he finished dead last at the Games, but he was also at the top end of that division. So he's aged up and he's the young guy now. So I think having his brother there, having that kind of balance between having someone to follow in competition and in training on a day-to-day basis is going to pay off for him.
The Grundler brothers are going to get a lot of attention, rightfully so. They've earned that. But who else might be able to sneak up on them and give them a run for their money?
I did a little bit of sleuthing. Here's what I came up with. Starting off first, we have Steve Johnson. He's currently 3rd in the Open. He went to the games last year in this division. He took last place, but the fact that he's sitting in 3rd means he's most likely a more well-rounded athlete. He's strong. We're talking about a 500-pound dead, a 450-pound back squat, no posted 5K time, so that makes sense. Hopefully you're out there doing your running as well. Also, Jeremy Herriter, 4th place in the Open. He's out of Monster CrossFit. And if the format for the online qualifier is how it's been in the past, how you finish the Open will count towards that. So Jeremy's setting himself up pretty well. Lastly, Robert Davis, 5th place in the Open. Last year, he was in the younger division, the 40 to 44-year-old. He took 8th place. We've said it before. When you age up and you're the young man in a new division, that is a significant advantage, so he could do well also.
Well, that's the 45 to 49-year-old division for the men. Just 2 more to go, the 40 to 44-year-old division for the women and the men. Next time we'll be back to break down the women's side of the competition. For Pat Sherwood and Tommy Marquez, I'm Sean Woodland. We'll see you soon.